Hey guys, it's PolarGhosts here with our first top 10. So the way these top lists are going to work is each of us will do like top 10 or top 5 because we both have individual opinions. So starting out with honorable mentions. Okay, so the honorable mentions are Lapras, Vileplume, and Hitmonlee because I just like how they look, or I just like them. And Victory Bell because in Generation 1 they're the grass type gym. And my best Pokemon was Blastoise, and after he fainted, it was the only thing that kept me between death. Oh, and also the gym leader kind of used poison powder a bunch, and it wasn't effective, so that helped too. Number 10. For my number 10 slot, it will be Hawklucha. Hawklucha was one of the Pokemon I didn't see spoiled during the Pokemon X and Y release days, and when I first encountered it on Route 10, I was wondering what it was. And he soon became one of my favorites and one of my best in my team. Number 9. Number 9 on my list is Aurorus. When the fossil Pokemon for Pokemon X and Y were revealed, a lot of people were freaking out and were like, oh my goodness, T-Rex, fossil, dinosaur, laser. And I'm like, actually, I like Aurorus more, because my favorite type is ice, and also I like those types of dinosaurs more than T-Rexes. So. Number 8. Number 8 on my list is Yveltal, the mascot legendary for Pokemon Y, or I like to call him the Death Eagle. Fire. Number 7. For number 7 on this list, I chose, wait for it, this is probably going to shock you guys. Okay, you guys sitting down? It's Avalugg. I don't know why everyone thinks he's stupid. I mean, I like him, he's cool. He's one of the Pokemon that I never saw until I encountered a Bergmite, and then evolved it into Avalugg. And also, he's from IKEA. IKEA's cool. Number 6. For number 6 on this list, I chose Blastoise. I chose Blastoise because I've always liked Blastoise, and when I was a kid, like really young, like 3-4 area, I used to watch Pokemon, and one of my probably still to this day, one of my favorites, or if not my favorite episode, was when Ash and Gary fought in the Pokemon League, which I thought was really cool. And the Blastoise was just really awesome in that episode because there's, he kind of used a bunch of water attacks and just, messed up Ash's team. But then Charizard beat him. But I mean, a fire type would beat a Blastoise that has basically very low PP and low HP. Number 5. And number 4. Coming in at number 5 and 4, it's kind of like a tie between the two, is Gliscor and Zangoose. So I'll explain why I like them separately, but I just wanted to let you guys know I like them both about the same. Zangoose, so for Zangoose, when I was playing Pokemon Showdown with the other person on this channel, Andrew, there was this one really good Zangoose that I'd always get that had a Toxic Orb, Guts I think, and also, Facade. And he had a Moltres at one point that the Zangoose just completely destroyed. And whenever I got that Zangoose, I'd always destroy his team. And then after that, Zangoose became a quick favorite of mine. Gliscor is actually a recent favorite of mine because I just encountered a shiny Gligar in the wild without even searching for it. So that was actually really cool, and I recognized how much I like Gliscor. So I went to go to the battle place to go get I think it was some type of Fang or Claw, and then I evolved them. So now I have a shiny Gliscor. Number 3. So I was thinking my favorite type was Ice, and it is now, but when I was thinking about what my favorite type was, I had to look at the Pokemon. And then I thought maybe an Eevee at the bottom of a frozen river in the wintertime would be cool. But then I was like, silly me, Eevees don't live at the bottom of rivers. So then I was trying to look for one that something that made sense. And then I found Glaceon. Glaceon is a really cool Pokemon, and since my favorite type is Ice, I thought it would be fitting. Number 2. Number 2 on my list is practically like on everyone's list. It's my first starter. But since I didn't start in Generation 1, my first starter was Torterra, because I started in Pokemon Pearl. See, when I was a little kid, I thought every Pokemon needed to have a name. So, of course, I gave my starter the name 8Y, because of course, right? But now I really like Torterra, and I over-leveled, like quite a few people do in their first game, and so now I just have a really good Torterra, and I have fond memories with that Torterra. Number 1, and the final Pokemon on this list is Reshiram. Some people may be confused why Reshiram, because my first game was Pokemon Pearl, so that means Palkia should have been my first legendary, right? Well, I actually got Pearl when I was quite young, so I didn't really know how to get the legendary. And I also got Heart Gold when I was pretty young too, so I also didn't know how to get the legendary. But then Generation 5 came around and I got Reshiram. Reshiram was my first ever legendary that I actually caught, or at least mascot legendary. It's also my first level 100, and also I transferred it from my black to my white too. So I really have good times with that Reshiram, and I haven't gotten rid of it yet, so I'm going to transfer it to probably, I think, Pokemon Moon or Pokemon Sun. I don't know which one I'm going to get. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is our first top 10. If you like it, please click the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and maybe share the video. It helps out a lot. And a reason that you should subscribe is that we are doing a live stream November the 18th, the day that Sun and Moon comes out, of Pokemon Sun and Moon. We are also, if you missed that, because it will be a very long stream, and it might be late for some other people, or different time zones, please subscribe anyways, because a few days after, maybe a little bit longer, we will be doing a Wonderlock, if they still have the Wonder Trade feature, in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.